PyramidianMerchDesign.com. Buy these awesome gaming t-shirts while supplies last. Sega Saturn, 64-bit Super Beast, 16-bit Power, PlayStation, 8-bit Power, Atari 2600, The Master Turf, My Cat Loves Cat Games, Game & Palooza Empire Cat Games, and the Game & Palooza Empire Classic Graffiti logo. Head over to Pyramidian.merchdesign.com and buy while supplies last.
This channel is designed for adults viewing only, and certain videos will contain rated M for mature video games featuring realistic violence, gore and suggestive themes. If you are not an adult, do not view the content on this channel.
Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. Get ready to take a trip down memory lane. Alright, today we're going to be showing off my year-end PlayStation collection. The collection keeps getting bigger every year, so every year I show off my collection. And here we go. Start off with demo discs right here. We got, let me see if I can pull my sleeves up. We have PlayStation Underground demo discs. I keep all my games, I love keeping them inside like a binder rather than inside the cases, because I have so many games that it's difficult keeping a track of all of them, so I like to have them inside of a binder instead. I feel like they also stay a lot more cleaner. So we got various different demo discs right here. I'm probably going to grab a few more besides. There is a few demo discs I really like playing. Number 6 Interactive. I think number 7 is the one I'm looking for. This is number 8. You see number 7 is missing, so I'm probably going to grab that one eventually. And we do have a Squaresoft 1998 Collector's demo disc right there. That came with Final Fantasy VII, I believe. And we have a Dino Crisis demo disc. And here's the interesting one right here. We have a Pizza Hut demo disc right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a Pizza Hut demo disc. If you guys want to see Memory Lane episodes of these, comment down below. We got PlayStation Magazine. All these are PlayStation Magazine demo discs right here. Alright, so first up on the list that we have here, as you can see, we have 007 Racing. All the 007 games right here for PS1 for the most part. There's an empty slot just in case I want to add another game over there. And these, I try to keep them alphabetically ordered. So we have 2 Extreme, 3 Extreme. We have Atari Anniversary Edition. Armored Core, Project Phantasm. One of the Army Men's game right there. We have the Alone in the Dark game right there. Let me just make sure that this is looking okay on camera. It does look a little bright. Let me see if I can turn that down a little bit. That's probably better. Alright, let's see if we can keep it like that. I don't want to have too much light so you guys can't see. Alright, Air Combat. This game actually, I have trouble playing it. I have to probably get a new disc. Agile Warriors, Area 51, Action Bass. This is the Animaniacs bowling game, Asteroids, which I actually enjoy playing that game. I think it's awesome. This is Activision's classic games compilation for the Atari 2600. So if you love Atari like me, then that's a game that you probably want to play. We have Apes Escape. This is a rare Elantra 1 disc. I've never really seen an Elantra disc like that before. But apparently there's multiple different Elantra 1 discs that have different label art, and that's one of them right there. It's kind of weird. And that's an Elantra 2, Blasto, which is one of my favorite games right there, Blast Chamber, both of the Gundam Battle Assault games right there, both Bushido Blades. Let's see, Battle Toshinden Arena, Battle Toshinden Arena 2, The Bombing Island. This is a wakeboarding game. Let's see here. We got Breakout. We got that Ballerberg Castle Chaos, which is the nice hidden gem on the PlayStation. We got Chrono Cross, Crash Bandicoot 2, which has a name on it, which I really don't care. I usually buy these games like just to make episodes on, and that's it. Crash Bandicoot Warped and Crash Team Racing. We got the surfing game right here, Championship Surfer. We have C12 Final Resistance, Clock Tower, Centipede. Alright, Cool Borders 1 through 4. Right here, we got the Contra game right there. Big Game Hunting, a Cabela game on the PlayStation. I never actually cared to play that one, but I have it. We have Career Crisis, and then we have this awful game right here, Cyber Tiger. Alright, let's turn the page. We have Colony Wars, we have Crusaders of Might and Magic, we have Diablo, all the Destruction Derby games imaginable, Demolition Racer. This came from a video store, Star Video. Alright, we have Tecmo's Deception, and then we have Deception Part 2, we have Die Hard Trilogy 2, a Dragon Ball Z game up there, we have Driver 1 and 2. Tons and tons of PlayStation games. We have Darkstone. We have Duke Nukem Land of the Babes. Duke Nukem Total Meltdown, which is one of my favorites. Duke Nukem Time to Kill, which is pretty fun to play. And over there we got Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX. Then we got Daredevil Derby 3D, which is a game that I remember playing that game quite a bit. It was one of the first games I had on the PlayStation. Elemental Gearbox, nice light gun RPG style game. We got X Games Pro Border, and we have like every Final Fantasy game imaginable right here. We got Final Fantasy, let's see, what is this? Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Final Fantasy Chronicles with Chrono Trigger, Final Fantasy Chronicles with Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 5, Final Fantasy 6. We have Final Fantasy 7 right over here, and that's the Black Label version of Final Fantasy 7. We have Final Fantasy 8 right here, Final Fantasy 9 over there, and that's all the Final Fantasy games. Tons. We have Frogger, we got Fighting Force 1 and 2, which is pretty awesome. Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and 3. No, actually, no, this is Grand Theft Auto 1, 2, and Grand Theft Auto London, 1969. Part 3 came out on PS2. We have Gunfighter, Gran Turismo 2, Grind Session, Grid Runner. Now these are just my North American games. I'm going to show you guys my Japanese games afterwards also. I have Japanese PS1 games. Alright, let's see if we can turn the page right here. Incredible Crisis, Kingsfield, Jersey Devil, one of my favorite platformers on the PlayStation. We have a Jet Moto 1, 2, and 3. Alright, we have Legend of Dragoon, which takes up one whole page by itself, 4 discs. We have the Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, and then we have Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. We have Lethal Enforcer 1 and 2. We do have a Lilo and Stitch Disney game right there. We have Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. We have Medieval. We have Monopoly, Micro Machines V3. We have the Medal of Honor games right here. Definitely, I remember playing these quite a bit back in the day. I never could get too far into those games, but they're pretty fun. They're one of the best games of all time. We have Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the Sony PlayStation right there. That game's awesome. Mortal Kombat 3. That's MTV Snowboarding. We have a couple of the Midway compilations over there. The Atari Collection 1 and the Midway Collection 2. Alright, let's make sure we got all these discs. My camera right here. Let's focus that camera. Alright, we have the NASCAR collection right here. I have a whole bunch of NASCAR games. I love NASCAR games. They're pretty cool. One of my all-time favorites is NASCAR 98. You can unable to paintball code. We have NASCAR Racing 98, NASCAR Rumble, which is pretty awesome if you like burnout type games, NASCAR Heat, and NASCAR 99 Legacy. We have a awesome little copy of NFL Blitz 2000 on the PlayStation, which is a must-have. And we have an NBA Hoops with Shaq right there in the front. We have an MLB 2002 right over there in the corner. So I still have a couple of sports games. And here, this is a collection of stuff right here that I'm still pending on getting a hold of more stuff here, but eventually I'll have the first Need for Speed over here, but for now I have Need for Speed 2, Need for Speed 3, and over on that side I have the Namco Volume 1 and Namco Volume 3, which I'm going to put 2 over there once I get hold of it. Alright, we have Oddworld 1 and Oddworld 2. We have Parasite Eve Part 1 over there, 2 discs. We have Pac-Man World. We have Pong, which is actually a pretty cool game. I love that game. Power Move Pro Wrestling. A nice little wrestling game. That was actually the first wrestling game I had on PlayStation before I got WCW Nitro. And we got Pitfall 3D, and we got the Parappa the Rapper. And we have Project Hornell, we have Persona, Project Overkill from Konami. We have a few games over there. That game, I can't even pronounce that game. It's QIXII Neo or something like that. And then we have Q-Bird. Q-Bird's always a classic. Then with the Rock'em Sock'em Robots Arena right here. Then we have Rushdown. And a lot of these games have like rental stickers on them. You can see rental stickers. We have Ridge Racer Revolution, Ridge Racer Type 4. And over there we have Rayman 2, and Rayman Rush. And then we have all the Resident Evil games imaginable over here. We have Resident Evil Director's Cut, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, and we have Resident Evil 2 with somebody's name written on it, but it still works. And then we have Risk, and then we have Running Wild. Nice little hidden gem racing game right there. We get a game that I love, Roll Cage. Roll Cage is so awesome. Roll Cage 1 and 2. We got Road Rash, Jailbreak, Road Rash 3D. We have Racer Scooter Racing over there. And what's that game? Red Asphalt over in the corner. Rampage Roll Tour. What an awesome game. SimCity 2000. You can't go wrong with that. SimCity 2000 is pretty cool. And then we have Siphon Filter. Well, Siphon Filter 2. We have 2 copies of 2 part over there. The greatest hits in the normal one. Siphon Filter 3 right there. So 1, 2, and 3. Now let's see if we can get this over here so you guys can see it better. Alright, we have Skydiving Extreme by Natsumi. And we have Strider for the PlayStation. Nice. That game is actually supposed to be 2 discs, but they misprinted that disc. So it's supposed to be a classic Strider and then regular Strider, and yeah, there's a whole thing about that game. This Sokoden right there, which apparently that's a really expensive game. Soviet Strike, Soul Blade, Sydney 2000, Sledstorm, one of my favorites. Silent Hill, Sim Theme Park. We got Surf Riders, Street Skater 2. As you can see, I like skating and snowboarding type games and all that stuff. I think this is pretty fun. And then we have one of the Rush Extreme Racing games over there. We got Shadow Masters. We have Shipwreckers, Shell Shock. Alright, we're getting towards the end. We have Spyro 1 and Spyro, I think that's part 2. Pretty sure. It has somebody's name on it. I love how people put their names on the disc. Like, what the hell? We have another BMX game right here. TJ Lavin's Ultimate BMX. I actually never heard of that one before. I think I'm going to have to pop that in and play it one day. We got Theme Park, which is a classic game. We have Tekken 1 through 3, 1, 2, and 3. Actually 1, 1, and 3. Where the hell is part 2? I do have Tekken 2 somewhere around here. I know I have Tekken 2. I don't know where the hell it is, but I have Tekken 2 for sure. Here we go. We got Rainbow Six. We have Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the PS1. We have Time Crisis. We have Tomb Raider, Last Revelation, Tama 2, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider, another Tomb Raider 2 that's Greatest Hits, and then we have Tomb Raider 3. Tokyo Highway Battle. We got Tobal number 1, fighting game. Thrasher Skate and Destroy, one of the best games ever. Twisted Metal Small Brawl. Twisted Metal 2. This is a weird Twisted Metal 2 disc. It has no logo on it. And they got Twisted Metal 3. And then we have the Test Drive games right here. We have Test Drive Off-Road, Off-Road 2, Off-Road 3, Lehman, Test Drive 4, 5, and 6. And we have an empty little spot for another Test Drive game. And then we have a few games over here at the end. We have Up Jam Alami, Ultimate Fighter Championship UFC. And we have Wild Arms 1 and 2. And number 2 is 2 discs. And then we have Williams Arcade's Greatest Hits. I love those little compilations. I think they're fun. And then we have WDL, which is it's actually Battle Tanks. It's World Destruction League Thunder Tanks. That should have came out on the N64. That would have been pretty awesome. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Second edition. And we got Wrecking Crew. We got all the WCW games right here. We got the WCW versus the World, Nitro Thunder. And over on this side we have Backstage Assault, Mayhem. We have Warzone. We have Attitude. We have WrestleMania, In Your House, SmackDown 1 and 2. And Zero Divide. And that is the North American PlayStation game collection that I have. I have no idea what the total is. I know that this binder holds about 400 games or something like that. Alright, let's show off the Japanese PlayStation games. Stand by. Alright, so for Japanese PlayStation games, the first thing you're going to notice is the cases are much more bigger. This is V-Rally Part 2. We have Depth. What do we have here? We have Road to Suzuki. Cool Borders Force. As you can see, I actually have both American and Japanese copies of the same games in some cases. Now we do have a Konami sports game. It's Nagano Winter Olympics 98. And right here we do have this is Mobile Gundam Counterattack. It's a Gundam game. And then we have a Mobile Gundam version 2.0 right here. And then we have Mobile Gundam. This is by itself, this regular Gundam. Alright, we'll grab a couple more right here. I'm going to show you a little bit at a time. We have a Gun Bullet, an Namco game, and we have a Gun Barrel. So you have one of those light guns, you can use that. And now of course we have this game. This game's awesome. iHinder. It's a great shoot 'em up made by Squaresoft. This is Kurokyu, whatever, however you pronounce this, is like a racing game. You see the title right there. Let's see if we can turn it right side up. Kurokyu version 1.02. So weird. Was there like a 1.0 at one time? And of course we have Pepsi Man, Rallycross, One Piece Grand Battle, we have a Metal Jacket, Hyper Rally, and then we have Ridge Racer Type 4, which will I'll grab some more games here. Alright, so right here we have Gran Turismo 2, the Japanese version of the game right there, and that's basically the case right there. Nothing too fancy. And then we have the Japanese copy of Gran Turismo 1. And then we have this known game is known as Baldy Land. We have this game right here, which is like a shoot 'em up. And that is the name of the game right there. I can't quite read it, but if you guys can see that, that's the name of the game. So on the Japanese games, you have like English on one side and Japanese on the other side. And it looks like we have a brand new, unopened copy of Cool Borders, the first Cool Borders game from Japan. And it still has a sticker on it right there. It came from someplace in Japan. Then we have Cool Borders 2. Now again, I have Cool Borders Part 3. Bomberman World. And then we have another like sporty type game right here, like it's like wakeboarding. And it's still brand new in the package as well. Let's see if I can get on this side. Armored Core, Project Phantasm, which again I had that an American copy of that. And we have Armored Core, which is just the first one. And it looks like we have the first Ace Combat right here. Ace Combat 2, Japanese copy. And then we have this All Japan Grand Touring Car Championship, Gran Turismo type deal. Kind of looks like Gran Turismo. It's like a Gran Turismo alternative. Then we have the Aquanauts Holiday. I'm assuming this is like one that you can swim underneath the water. Exploration type game, but I never actually played this one, but I bought like a batch of games and I got a bunch of games inside of a lot. Let's put these back and I'm going to grab more. Alright, here we have a wrestling game. You definitely tell it's a wrestling game. Which wrestling game it is, I'm not sure, because you can tell that it's Japanese on both sides, so I'm not exactly sure. The case is cracked a little bit in the corner, but still. We have another wrestling game right here. A Japanese exclusive wrestling game. And we have this Simple Series PlayStation game right here from Japan. And I don't know exactly what that is, but it's some sort of something. Let's see if we can focus on the screenshot right there. Whatever the hell that is. And we have this game. This game is also not in English. Some sort of racing game. And we have this one. Once again, the spine label is not in English. So it's pretty much a guess at what this is called. This looks like an Ultraman game. Like an Ultraman fighting game, alright. So we got Zap Snowboarding Tricks 98. Alright, looks like we have the ESPN sports games for the PlayStation. Pretty interesting. They have a different like spine design right there. That's pretty cool. It looks like we have some sort of wrestling game right here. Really obscure wrestling game. And it looks like it's definitely based off the SmackDown series. And we have the K1 GP 2000. It's like a kickboxing type deal. Alright, let's go grab some more games. We'll put these back. Here we have Tricky Sliders, a Capcom snowboarding game. We have this game right here, just a Philosoma, some sort of shoot 'em up game. It's definitely a shoot 'em up. I don't know too much about that game, to be honest. I really don't know which one's worth more anymore. So I bought a lot of these a long time ago, and this is Real Robots Final Attack. And here we have a New Japan Pro Wrestling game right here. Token Retsuden. Pretty cool. And then this is a really weird, obscure, strange wrestling game that I came across called Hyper Tag Match. This is definitely not a well-known wrestling game. It's really weird. But yeah, came across that. Ridge Racer Revolution, which is a obviously a racing game, pretty common. And then we have Ridge Racer, standard Ridge Racer. You know, they actually have two different Ridge Racers for the PS1 in Japan. They have one that has like improvised better graphics and frame rate, but this is the first one, I believe. And then we have another wrestling game right here. And once again, we have another wrestling game. And I don't know, wait, it says it actually right here. What the hell does that say? It says Pro Wrestling Sengoku Kuden 2. I don't know too much about that game. And here we have a game called Runabout, which I'm pretty sure you guys might be familiar with that. And it has hamster stickers all over it from Japan. You see those hamster stickers? Look at that. That's ridiculous. This game's almost like a Crazy Taxi driver type deal. With the drive around and go crazy. And then we have a copy of Rage Racer from Japan. Okay, here we have a copy of Toshinden 2. Battle Toshinden Arena 2. Battle Arena Toshinden fighting game. Alright, let's see if we can focus the camera. Alright, we have a copy of Tomb Raider 2 for the PlayStation. Japanese copy. Really interesting. Tetris Plus for the PlayStation and Japanese copy. And then we have also a Super Light 1500, the Tetris, regular Tetris. We have a Street Borders, Street Games 97. Alright, let's put this back for a second. Actually, before we do that, we have a few more over here. We have a Vampire Savior EX edition. It's a fighting game, a Capcom fighting game. So that's pretty well known, it's not that obscure. We have a Space Griffin VF9. That is a really cool playboard right there. Let's focus the camera on that. Look how cool that is. That is pretty awesome. And then we have Tomb Raider 3, which is a double disc. And this is really weird because you have a Japanese version right there. Then over on the other side right here, you have a international version of the game. So it's like you have a US copy and a Japanese copy. Alright, let's get those back. I'm gonna grab a few more here for you. Alright, this is the moment that many of you have been waiting for. Final Doom. You can't have a PlayStation collection without having Doom. And there we go, we have a Japanese copy of Final Doom on the PlayStation. So weird. And then we have regular Doom, a Japanese copy. Completely bizarre having a Japanese copy of Doom. And we have Alien Trilogy for the PlayStation, a Japanese copy of Alien Trilogy, no less. And this is the second copy of Project Tornado that I own. This is a Japanese copy. Very cool game. It's a nice light gun style game. We have a Street Fighter 03. This was definitely a lot less expensive than buying the Sega Saturn version, but the Sega Saturn version is definitely way better. We have a Dragon Ball Final Bout. In this game, I remember really like, if there was one game that people wanted to import back in the day, it was this one for some reason. Like people really wanted this game. And we have a Japanese copy of Matt Hoffman Pro BMX. Really weird and obscure Japanese copy. Alright, let's go grab more. Alright, I believe this is the final batch of stuff we got right here. We have a Toshinden game right here, which is obviously it's a fighting game. And what do we have here? We have, oh, I had no idea I actually had this. This is pretty cool. I have to probably replace the case because it looks like it's cracked, but Descent. It's a PlayStation Japanese copy of Descent. And I had no idea I actually had that. That is actually pretty awesome. We're gonna have to check that out. And then we have an Intelligent Cube. Check this out. I remember back in the day, late 90s, early 2000, for some reason this game had a really high value to it. It was like way over $50. It was closer to $100 at Funkoland. I have no idea why. And here's a really bizarre, strange PlayStation game right here. King of Crushers. And the object of this game is basically to go on a freaking rampage and smash everything. Crazy game. And then we have this right here. This is a Haku Token. I can't pronounce that properly, but you'll see what this is. You can recognize the label art. And this game is a nice beat 'em up game right here. That is the name of it right there. I don't want to butcher the name, but there you go. There's the name. It's a popular anime, but it's a nice beat 'em up game. Never released over here in North America. And we have some sort of racing game right here. Drift King. And obviously, the game has a lot more to the title than Drift King, but I can't read Japanese. It's like a Tokyo Highway type deal. Pretty cool. And then we have, I think this might be it. We have Apes Escape. It's a Japanese copy, and that's what they call it. Saru Get You. But it's actually Apes Escape. And this game was used to promote the analog controls. Like, that was the main feature of this game, is that you can use both joysticks. And I believe that might be all of my PlayStation games. That's a ton of PlayStation games, and you guys see some of my American boxes up here. I have more boxes elsewhere. Oh yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below. And just out of curiosity, did you keep count? How many PlayStation games do I own? Because I have no idea. Actually, before we go, there is a few more right here. I forgot. We have ESPN Street Games. So wait, don't go yet. Got a couple more here. We have this Z Gundam AM game right here. Mobile Suit Gundam Z Gundam. And then we have this Olympic game. And probably one of the coolest games ever. Nyan the Wonderful. This cat dog type game. This game is awesome. One of my favorite PlayStation games with the cats and the dogs. That is cool. Okay, now that's it. I think that's all. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Memory Lane. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and comment down below. And to let me know what you think.